Here are a few examples of what our sellers have been able to accomplish using our pricing strategy. This is our most recent sale. This is in Chapel Trail, West Pembroke Pines. Our seller kind of let us take the wheel here. They needed to sell very quickly as they were closing on their next home within 4 to 5 weeks of contacting me. So there was no time to overprice and waste time and test the waters. We had to get straight to top dollar. So I knew exactly how to do it, and that was pricing fairly and letting buyers dictate the price. As you can see here, we listed at 630. Buyers decided, I'm willing to pay 640. That's the way the market works. Buyers are always in control, no matter if it's a seller's or buyer's market. Buyers pay what they are willing to pay. This was a very nice house, so we did get good activity and made the job a little easier, but pricing is key. It took us 4 days to sell. Great success story there. I included a few rentals as well because it's the same strategy that we use. Here I put 20 days, but really we had the paper signed within 5 to 6 days. I just didn't change it on the MLS, my mistake. But let's say even 20 days for a rental is very good. We got the full ask price, which was $3,000. Here is a house in Silver Lakes, new roof, beautiful pie-shaped lot with a nice waterfront view facing the sunset. Very nice house. The interior was nothing out of this world condition-wise. Just had a lot of potential. Very clean house. Sold in 9 days. It was really like 6 to 7 days, but the status got changed within 9 days. Listed for $650, sold for $645. Right on the money. Next example, another rental listing. We listed at 44, 17 days on market. This was really like 14 or 12 days, but let's call it 17. Another nice property. The seller let us price it as we wanted, $4,400. He was more than happy with the results. Next example. This was in East Miramar. This was the highest sale in the community at the time, and the seller wanted 600, but he wanted to list at 620 in order to end up at 600. I gave him an idea. I said, hey, just let me take over. I can get you the 600. Let me do it my way. This seller was a close family friend, so he trusted me. We listed at 585 and ended up at 600 within 9 days. 1,500 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath. This had a nice efficiency in the back, so it did make selling it a little easier. But I don't know if he would have accomplished the same if we would have overpriced. It probably would have sat a little longer, and he probably would have ended at 590, 580. Here we're looking at a duplex that I sold in Victoria Park. We started at $850, which was a pretty solid competitive price. We ended up at $820. The buyers were cash buyers. They bought it very quickly within 5 days. We probably could have got a little more if we waited, but the seller didn't really care to wait much longer. He was making a fortune at $820 already, so he was happy with that. 5 days on market. Another great transaction. Here we are at $405,000. This is Setter Way in Pembroke Pines. We listed at $405 and sold for $405. 7 days on the market. This was a clean property. Nice, easy sale. Here we're at $480. This was listed for $499. 6 days on market. At the time when we sold this, other listings were priced at $520, $510, so we figured we need to get a little beneath them and intrigue buyers with pricing, because in a townhouse community, it's hard to intrigue a buyer with features as the only thing you can do is upgrade a kitchen, floor, and bathrooms. You can't add a pool. You can't really do much to make a townhouse property, more interesting than your neighbors. We sold that in 6 days. Now we're at Setter Way once again. This was listed for $405, sold for $410, 2 days on market. Clean condition, but nothing crazy. Our buyer actually did a really good job renovating in here. And another setter way. Listed for $395, sold for $400, 6 days on market. And this was also a pretty cute property. These are just a few examples in the last, let's say, 12 months that we have had success with our pricing strategy. And we've been using this pricing strategy since before the COVID boom. We started around 2017, 2018, doing midweek open houses and pricing right on the money like I like to, and kind of building that anticipation where we kind of had activity not so crazy like the COVID market, but we did have lines at our open houses, multiple offers when that wasn't even a thing. So the proof is in the pudding. Our strategy does work. It's the hardest part of our strategy is getting a seller on board. Once the seller is on board, we know that we can get the numbers accomplished.